All right. I hope you guys can see my face, my beautiful face. No, that's not what you're here for. Okay. So, right now I'm going to do some flowers, okay? On a 8 by 10 canvas board. I love painting in this little canvas boards because it just, the surface is really nice and it's sturdy. And it's compact. I can take it anywhere. I mean, I'm doing this in the comfort of my studio, but when I do plein air and whatnot, it allows me to, mobility to carry them. So I like that. Okay. Now you're gonna see me do some preparation for this floral. You'll see right now my preparation. This is my preparation. Oh man. I've been painting for quite some time now, and I just never got around doing this short videos of me doing some small paintings, these little petites, or what do they call them? Studies, sketches. To me, they're paintings. Some people like to call them studies or sketches, or whatever proper thing they can come up with, and it's fine, everyone is entitled to their opinion. But to me, whether I paint something this size, I don't like to go smaller, just because I can't really grab as fast as I need or whatever the image, just something personal. But 8 by 10, it's all right. I'll go from 8 by 10 to whatever. If it's 8 by 10, an 8 by 10 painting to a as big as a 5 by 5. But to me, it's a painting. I don't discriminate. This just because this one's small, it doesn't mean that it's less of a painting for me, right? Maybe the buyer might think differently, or the collector. But for me, it's the same. I don't judge it by its its size or because you took less time on this than a larger one. Well, yeah, because the larger one there's more space to cover. But nonetheless, to me, it's the same. And this is how I do flowers, okay? I'm no Bob Ross, but I'm not. This is not my first rodeo either. So I like to. I really just like to feel it, and for me that's very important. If I don't feel it, there's something off. And there was a point in my life where I was like, if I don't feel it, I won't paint. That was when I first started. I was wrongly taught to think that way, and the more I've painted, the more I've just dived into my craft. I realized, in the words of Chuck Close, we don't wait for inspiration, we just show up, and showing up persistently, consistently, has taught me a lot about not just painting, but just, without getting too philosophical here, just life itself, just showing up, and right now I'm showing up to paint these flowers, You can see I switched to a different brush. I'm really going after the feeling. What is the feeling when you see these flowers? This is really what I'm going after. I'm not, the realist aspect of it, if I get the feeling right, the realist aspect will show. So I don't try to go for the realism of it, do they look like flowers? That's not what I'm after. And I don't think any experienced artist is really after. I think the aesthetic appeal, they look like flowers. That's a byproduct of getting the main component of a painting, which is the It's the emotion. What do you feel when you look at flowers? What is it that brings out, that comes forward when I look at flowers? This is the essence, in my opinion, of painting. What is it that comes forward? And for you, it might be color. For me too. I don't know. Some days it may be color. Other days it may be shape. And this is what I love about painting. It's never the same thing. Some days it's color. Some days it's shape. Other days it's movement. And it doesn't really. There's no system. Anyone that says there's a system, they figure something out that I haven't, because I try not to systemize. I think I make up words. You have to excuse me. English is my second language, and I think that I tend to make up words, but just bear with me. But I try not to find a system. I think all systems are meant to be just like rules, and they're meant to be broken. If I start creating paintings, and I hope you can see my face. I have to cross out. If I have to make a painting, and it has to be systematic, or the light goes here. Every time I paint a flower, I know the light is going to go here. Then I'm no longer painting, I'm repeating a process. And that's not what I'm after. As you can see in my paintings, even if I do this painting, I mentioned this before, 1,000 times, 100 times, or whatever, this theme, right? Not this painting, but this theme. It will always be different because I'm approaching it from a different place. It's always a brand new place. And this is what I love about painting. Many artists, as I was, get caught up in the idea of I already did that subject. It's not the subject you're after. It really isn't. The subject can remain the same. I mean, look at Monet's water lilies, or Warhol's Marlin, or Marlon Monroe, or any artist who's done a series of paintings and remain on a subject. Of course, for some people that may not understand that, they might look at it and be like, oh, I got tired of that. I'm bored of that. I don't want to see water lilies anymore, or I don't want to see poplars, or whatever, Cezanne's still lifes. But the artist it's not the subject itself. At least this is what I've come to learn over my experience painting. It's what the subject is giving you, sort of a gift. And I don't want to sound too cliche. I don't want to sound stupid. I guess nobody does. Bob Ross-ish. There's another made-up word. But it's really trying to give you something. Each time you paint, the subject invites you. I know it might sound cliche, but bear with me. The subject invites you to experience it in a whole new way. And this is the essence. To me, this is the essence of painting. The subject is inviting you, to, hey, look at me, pay attention. Pay attention to me, right? So that's what the subject tells me. Now look at me this way. Now look at me this other way. Not that it's asking, but it's inviting me to see it in a whole different way. Last time the focus was on the red. This time it's going to be on the blue. Why? Not because I choose to, but because I see it differently. I may be in a different mood. I may be going through something in my personal life. I may be experiencing something emotional, or whatever. But the subject is I may be remembering. My mother used to love the color yellow, and sometimes the same flowers all of a sudden, when I'm thinking of my mom, or what a great inspiration and teacher she was to me, all of a sudden yellow starts popping up in my flowers, even if there's no yellow there, and you can see it, there's little things, that are meaningful, and if the collector, in this case, is aware of some of those little things, it makes the experience, I believe, much richer. Just because it's no longer just a painting, it's an invitation to something deeper, to something more. And this is what I try to do every time I paint. I try to gain that. I try to acknowledge that the painting is alive. Not the painting itself. I don't want to sound crazy, but the process of painting is very much alive. It's you're shaping, you're molding, and you're doing it, right here. It's right now. It's happening right now. It's not something that, oh well, I'm gonna go to sleep and when I wake up, I'm gonna make sure that petal moves this way or that way. No, it's happening right now. It's a flow, and that's the beauty of it. That's what I love about it. And that's what I want to share with you. So there it is. Basic flowers. Let me sign it right here. Gotta sign it. I hope you enjoyed it. I love this painting. Thank you so much for watching.